Now, lockdown has meant many of us have focused on improving our gardens. Today we welcome back BBC Instant Garden star Danny Clarke with some tips on creating your very own green oasis.
I think a good starting point is to buy something fairly substantial, right? For example, a tree. So you start off with the bigger stuff, and then you work yourself way down. So maybe have a tree, then maybe have a medium-sized plant next to it, and then have a ground covering plant. So you could have, for example, let's say a silver birch. Probably that's not a good example. Let's say a cherry. Let's take a cherry, plant a cherry in a garden, and then underneath you could have a little shrub, maybe a spotted laurel nearby, and then for ground cover, put in, say, I don't know, a black grass. That would make quite a good combination. Now, my advice is to fill your garden with as many plants as possible, because where there's a plant, there isn't a weed. People tend to be very frightened of plants because they think it's more maintenance. They'd rather have more lawn and less plants. We all see it with beds that are very narrow, running along the side of a fence, and the lawn just going up to the plants. Now, if you had less, and lots of work goes into keeping the lawn looking nice. I mean, it's amazing the amount of time that's spent in making the lawn look good with the mowing, the fertilising you have to do to keep the weeds down. I would tend to make my lawn smaller and make the beds bigger, and that way you're going to introduce more plants in the garden. And mark my words, you will have less plants. It will cut down on the amount of time that you need to keep your garden maintained.